to the Super Speedway.
Welcome to episode 380 of the Super Speedway podcast, recorded Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. I'm your host, Eric Young, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, James Cush. 380 episodes, James.
Yeah, I was, you know what, you said that, and I started thinking about 400, and I was like, are we going to get to 400? It's exactly what I was thinking when you read it off. I was like, man, 380.
You know, that first year of doing this, it was really fun. I'm like, how long will we make it doing this thing?
Well, what was funny about that, too, is you and I were just talking, because we were, getting the show before the show.
Right.
And I was like, can you believe we're going into the Roval for the 8th time already? It's nuts. And we were doing the pod back then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just grizzled veterans over here.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Just insane that we've stuck with it this long. At this point, it feels like we just got to keep doing it because
might as well just,
I mean, it's just part of our lives now, James.
Just keep grinding.
Yes.
Annoying the wives at every turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine doesn't even get annoyed with it anymore. She just whatever, just does her thing.
Just accept it after a while. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I mean 380 times, I guess at this point she should be used to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
At least I'm not kicking her out of the apartment like we did a few times during my time in the apartment before COVID.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember those days. Wow.
Or maybe it was during COVID? I don't.
You've lived in 3 different places.
I know.
During the duration of this whole thing.
I know. Well, we recorded at your house when I was living in the camper, and then when we went to the apartment, we did
4 different places.
Yeah, right. When I moved to the apartment, we were doing streaming. We did one in person at that time. I remember you popped over to the apartment the one time.
I did it at the apartment, and I was at your West Branch home.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah, you did a West Branch one as well. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. We did many of them in your living room, in your kitchen.
Yep. In the kitchen table. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a ride.
It has, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
Speaking of rides, we'll save
Zane Smith.
We'll save the Zane Smith discussion until a little bit later. But Hollywood Casino 400, presented by ESPN Bet at Kansas Speedway this weekend. We had the spring Kansas race was left a little bit to be desired. It wasn't quite the exciting Kansas that we've been so familiar with lately, but the fall Kansas seemed to make up for it, I would say, on Sunday. Quite a good race. Obviously Chase Elliott gets a win, steals it on the last turn, thanks to an owner and driver battling it out. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Kansas first, James. I'm gonna. I mean, this isn't really going too far out on a limb, but I'm gonna say that Kansas is the best real track we have right now.
Oh,
I think Atlanta's
good.
I think Atlanta's the best track still, and I know I'm in a different boat than a lot of people, but I still like Atlanta more. But Atlanta really is not a real track. You know, it is that super speedway package or whatever you want to call Atlanta. This track is a true track, and I think it is the best one we have on the schedule.
Can I just play devil's advocate with you?
Sure. Of course. If you didn't do that, we wouldn't have a podcast.
Kansas has had 2 bites at the apple for your best race in Jeff Gluck's poll this year and could not top Michigan. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love my Michigan.
Yeah,
so it's okay. But no,
Kansas is better than Michigan.
I look forward to Kansas over anything. And I know you love Atlanta.
Well,
Kansas is number 1 for me right now.
You know what excites me most about Kansas right now?
What's that?
I think Chicagoland's going to be just as good, if not better.
Well, I was just going to say that's got me excited for next year too.
Yeah,
because I'm looking forward to what Chicagoland could be. Because Kansas really has delivered. And Vegas, we'll see. I know Vegas can be touch and go. It's still a little different, but
yeah.
But I'm hopeful that we'll get there.
That progressive banking at Kansas just makes it. And the drivers are talking about the smoothness, which, I mean, we're assuming that the race at Chicagoland is going to be good with this car because it is on most 1.5 mile tracks, and it was good at Fontana, which was a bumpy track. But Chicagoland's going to be bumpy. It's not going to be smooth like Kansas is.
That's right.
So it'll be interesting to see.
That's the same between Kansas and Michigan. That's one of the characteristics that they both share is they're pretty smooth.
Right.
And they have, Michigan likes to tout their, the original progressive banking. They've
Right.
got,
Yeah, whatever.
So there's some of that.
The
in there, but
accidental progressive banking, you mean?
Yeah. Well, they do share those characteristics, so
Yes.
we'll look that out there. So maybe that's something.
The interesting thing about this, and it was pointed out, I don't remember if it was pointed out on a podcast this week or if it was pointed out on the broadcast, but we've had, some down weeks during the summer months of racing that we've been a little bit disappointed with the product that we've seen. But this is the first time, like we used to have so many 1.5-mile tracks that it felt like that's all we were doing. This is the first time we've had a true 1.5-mile race since the Coca-Cola 600. Oh no,
May,
I guess Cracker Barrel 400 the next weekend at Nashville. Michigan's 2
Yeah,
miles. Cracker Barrel 400 is not really 1.5 miles either.
It's a concrete, and it's
Yeah.
not technically 1.5 miles. It's a little bit different.
You can't count
you're right.
Atlanta. You got all these other tracks in the middle
Well, we
here.
used to have, you think of it this way too, Eric. We used to have 2 Atlantas, 2 Californias, 2 Michigans.
Mhm.
We used to have Chicagoland on there.
Kentucky.
Kentucky was
Kentucky
on there for a while.
was a summer race.
Yeah, we had all those at the same time at one point.
Yeah.
So, and a few I haven't even mentioned. But yeah, I mean, it's been like, schedule variation's been very good.
Yeah.
Which is funny because now these 1.5 miles, they really are
That's what we want now.
barnstorming races.
Well, let's talk about the finish because I think that's where the most of our discussion is going to be today. Denny Hamlin, first of all, has power steering issues. Pretty much, I mean, he dominates this race. I mean, this was Denny Hamlin's race. Comes in for the last pit stop, and Bristol bites him because he has crew members that aren't his crew members because of the suspension from the tire that he lost at Bristol. Yep. They have an issue with the jack. Slow pit stop, comes out. What was he? He restarted like 6th or 7th or something like that.
Way down in the order. Yep.
With a car that, again, should have been out front, should have easily run away with it at the end. But now he's got to come through the field, and we get to the second to last restart. We have the wreck, and then we have the green white checker, and Bubba Wallace is able to fend off Christopher Bell. And then here comes Denny Hamlin, low in turn 3, can't turn, doesn't turn, however you want to talk about it. Gets in there, puts Bubba up into the wall, and here comes Chase Elliott down in the bottom to steal the win away.
From God knows where.
Yeah, right?
10th place on the restart, flying through the field.
The top 5 cars on the restart were all Toyotas, and none of them won.
And all the Alan Gustafson haters out there, because there's a lot of them.
Right.
They're going to have to swallow this one because Alan Gustafson put 4 tires on that bad boy.
Yeah.
She was ready to ride. So beautiful execution by the 9 team. Half
luck, half strategy, gets the win, locks himself into the next round of the playoffs, doesn't have to worry about the Roval. And Denny Hamlin probably knocks his driver out of the playoffs by taking him out. Bubba finished 5th, right? Yeah, 5th place.
Yeah. Yep.
What did you think of Denny Hamlin's move on Bubba Wallace, James?
I thought it was fair play. I didn't really have too much of an issue with it. You got to be aggressive. These wins mean everything, right? So, I don't have a problem with it. He would tell you it was an impossible decision. And I've been listening to his clips, since. I actually feel like it's a really easy decision. You just have to drive that car as hard as possible all the time, and I don't think you really have to worry. And nobody can say, "Oh, Denny Hamlin let his guy go."
That's what I was going to say. Is if anybody ever accuses Denny Hamlin of laying over for somebody, you're wrong. Yeah. Because he proved in this race, which he's already proved it before. I mean, he kind of proved it last week.
The conversation is what annoys me. It's the driving that really doesn't bother me because he. Now, he says, he owes that team a win.
The thing is, though, is if you're going to, it's one thing to screw your day up or screw your teammates' day up, but to screw them both up, that's the problem. Is he made the move and neither of them won. Yeah. But no, there's absolutely. Honestly, I wouldn't have had any trouble if he went in behind Bubba and bumped him out of the way.
Did you see that Bubba called him our one of our favorite nicknames?
Yeah. I also saw Bubba flipped him off down the backstretch. But I thought Bubba was really good when he got out of the car. I mean, yeah, you're
Just-
pissed off. I mean,
Yeah, he had a chance to win the race and was
Yeah.
doing pretty much everything the right way, and you get taken out by your boss. But
yeah, Freddie Kraft had great takes on and on DBC this week. Like, yeah, you're mad, but you can't be upset with anybody and how they handled it. Everybody did what they were supposed to do in the situation.
and and here's the other thing too, Denny Hamlin or not, that was not dirty driving.
No.
And Bubba,
no.
And Bubba did the same thing the lap before to Chris Bell. He pushed him up into the fence. And I mean, if you're able to do it to one driver and another driver does it to you, that's NASCAR racing, man. That's why we put fenders on these things. These guys, this is a contact sport, right? We like to tout that. So yeah, fair play. Everybody was fair. Nobody dumped anybody.
Right.
So as long as nobody's getting dumped, I think we're fine here. And yeah. It sucks for 2311 and
sucks for Toyota.
I'm sure it sucks for Toyota, and I'm sure Denny's, mad about, screwing up his race and his team's race.
Well, the best part about the post-race interview is that Denny was very disappointed about not getting the win, but didn't really complain about messing Bubba's day up.
Yeah, well,
but which I mean, again, and that tells you where his mind is. He's a driver, and he should. That's what we want out of these guys. This is exactly what we want. We want everybody to race for the win at all costs, and we haven't had a lot of experiences with this where a driver owns a car on the track and drives for a different team. Obviously Earnhardt had this issue as well, but the thing that Earnhardt had that was fortunate or unfortunate is that he didn't really have to worry about it a whole lot because for most of the time he was alive, his team wasn't that competitive. So he wasn't racing his team for finishes. A lot of their competitiveness came right as in his final year and then after he passed. So we didn't get to see what would happen in this situation. And I know there's a lot of talk about Earnhardt blocking for Michael and Dale in the Daytona 500 where he was killed. And I think there's a little bit of truth to that, but if Earnhardt had the chance to win that race, he would have been racing just as hard for that win as well.
Yeah.
He would have done the same thing Denny did. That's just how these guys are built.
There's a lot of driver owners out there over the years that we've known. Michael Waltrip, he puts jet fuel in and the other shenanigans that that they got into. I was trying to think of, if Tony ever got into it with any of his teammates during the years.
Even the difference though there is that Tony was their teammate.
Yeah, driving for the car.
Right.
Exactly, the car that he owns. The only thing that came close was he got into it with Newman, I think the year after, or something, or 2 years after. Anyway, but no, nothing. I couldn't recall anything, and yeah, I mean, gosh, it's like I said, I feel like it's an easy decision, but it's an impossible decision at the same time because
no matter what Denny was going to do, people are going to be pissed at him because they're either going to be pissed because he tried to pass Bubba or they're going to be pissed because he didn't.
Well, and you brought up the point too, Eric, I think we should also mention here, like Toyota had so many bites at the apple in this moment. And to lose this race has got to be so discouraging because they had it.
Yeah.
Had it in the bag.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you get?
There's not much else you can say. Chase Elliott led 24 laps in this race, and just about everybody else was Toyotas.
Yeah, and you don't want to lay over for anybody either, Like, it's not, we get upset at Talladega and Daytona for teams doing, manufacturers doing stuff like this.
Right.
And, those guys are racing hard. They're racing for the win. All those guys are in the fight. Bell's in the fight. Bubba's in the fight, and it matters to all of them. Briscoe, Briscoe's he's not hovering on the cut line, but a few things go wrong on Sunday this week, he's in trouble. So it's not comfortable to be where those guys are at right now.
Now, from a devil's advocate situation.
Of course, let's do it.
Not the teammate aspect, but for Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin lets Bubba win that race. Bubba Wallace, the team he drives for, is in the playoffs. And at that point, Joey Logano, arguably one of the biggest threats in the playoffs, especially at the end of the playoffs, is out at that moment.
Yep.
I mean, that's a swing that could come back to bite him in the ass down the
Yeah,
road.
because he's not bad at the Roval.
Right.
He'll be hanging around. So
Right.
yeah, you're gonna have to, and I think everybody going into the Roval also understands you've got a heavyweight that's going to be showing up.
Right.
So points actually will be super valuable.
Yep.
Early in the race. Now, whatever happens late in the race is going to happen. SVG has trouble or whatever, but
Right.
yeah, there's going to be points are going to be up for grabs. It's going to be a really tricky situation to navigate. This coming Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Yep.
But hell of a finish though. A lot of fun.
That was a really fun finish and so much going on. Just chaos. Really good.
Really
good.
Zane Smith would agree with that. Zane Smith got John Hunter Nema checked into turn 3, rides the wall, goes for a pretty wild ride. First flip in the Cup Series at Kansas in Kansas history. It was, I think, the 4th flip at Kansas in NASCAR, but just the first in the Cup Series. And the videos of it are pretty crazy. The view from the stands.
Funny ones too that the lighthearted ones are the ones that grab my attention.
Yeah.
Take a look at what he did. that one got me. And then there's a slow motion one where the cars are kind of spinning, and all of a sudden, out of the bottom of the camera, here comes Zane Smith, slow motion against the fence. It's pretty. There's good stuff out there.
I saw the comparison to Lightning McQueen today from the
Cars
movie.
Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
So
yeah. Kansas is good at recreating Cars scenes. Yeah. We had the tongue out last year.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those freak accidents, that's the thing is those wheels, especially, the steering that they have in the cars, when they hook, and that tire climbed the wall and up and over he went, and nice long, slow slide. Looked like it was going to be a nice, easy crash for him. And then he goes tumbling twice, and that part hurt, I'm sure.
Well, and we've talked about that before too, Eric. Another good word you used there, climb. This car will climb.
Yeah.
We know this. Ryan Preece knows it.
Yeah.
As well. But yeah, this car, when that tire gets up on something, it goes up.
Yep.
And it doesn't take a whole, there's
no bend for the car either. It just, that car's so stiff that it just immediately, there's nothing to give. It has to go airborne.
Is it still wild to you that when the car does tumble and you see the bottom of it, it's just flat bottom?
There's nothing there. It is weird. It's kind of like,
it still makes me,
It's kind of like seeing an incomplete video game, where they haven't quite rendered the bottom of the car.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Or like a Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with you on that one. Yep. For sure.
Wild. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to discuss about this race. The finish was really the big thing. We had good racing all day. I don't know that the first 2 stages were amazing, but they were good. But certainly the finish was exciting. I will argue once again, and we're going to have some freaking playoff discussion again. I would argue again that this finish doesn't happen without the current playoff system. So,
I don't know if I agree with you on that one.
I think the importance of getting that win to get into the next round. All those guys up there, James, were playoff drivers. All those guys up there needed that win. Yeah. 2 of them needed the win.
But you're okay. Again, well, for third time, devil's advocate. You're telling me
wrong.
race car.
You're wrong.
You're telling me race car drivers don't want to win a race no matter what the stakes are.
You watched NASCAR before the playoffs.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to agree with Kenny Wallace again this week, and it's going to piss you off. But Kenny Wallace is right. He said when they get their way and it's a 36 race championship next year and everybody's bitching because people are just driving around, remember, they did this. Those are the people that did this.
I can't wait.
Anyway.
I thought the playoffs were fixed when the driver who won this race won the race.
You'd think so, right?
I thought everybody would be back on board with the playoff, but apparently that didn't happen.
I think the biggest reason that the playoffs went to hell, everybody turned on the playoffs, is Phoenix.
Yes.
When they were at Homestead, there were complaints, but there were not complaints like there are now.
I've got a thought on the playoffs. I don't know if I should hold it or maybe should I hold it?
Yeah, go ahead and hold it. We're going to get into it more than we need to, I'm sure.
I know. God dang it. We had a short episode last week, and now we're gonna drag.
Well, there's not a lot of other stuff, so maybe we'll still be able to keep it kind of short.
All right. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Mentioned Denny Hamlin dominates this race. 159 laps led from him. Trying to look at Cody Ware had a tire come off, which they didn't catch on the broadcast, but Tommy Baldwin confirmed it on DBC this week. And the way the tire was hanging off the car when they towed him in, it looked like that's probably what happened. So yeah, had a tire come off, but didn't come completely off, so they shouldn't be suspended for it. But it did put him in the wall and end his day.
Yeah.
AJ Allmendinger had a hit. He was involved in that big wreck on the restart.
Yeah, that was big. Yeah, that was a pile. That was a big pile up.
Yeah, that was the impressive wreck of the day until Zane Smith decided to one up him.
If that wreck doesn't happen, I just was curious to see what Joey Logano was going to do, and I don't think he was going to win the race, but he got caught up in that big fracas, and that didn't help him out. So
yep. Shane Van Gisbergen, 10th place finish in this race and ran well in this race.
His first oval top 10.
Yeah, very impressive. He's learning, man. He's learning. He's not going to be one of the top guys on an oval, but he certainly will be able to run with those guys. He's a good race car driver.
You know, he qualified good at Bristol too, so keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it.
Guess the guy might have a little bit of skill.
He might be okay. I mean, he can drive. We know that. We're not saying he can't.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yep.
William Byron had a trash day. Still managed to get a 9th place finish.
Somehow, they lost all those stage points all day. And I was listening to Jeff and Jordan talk about this a little bit. And they were asking William after the race, like, what was going on. And he said that the car just was way off. And all of a sudden it clicked. Like the car just kind of came to life. And that's fine that they were able to salvage, and they're going to be okay to get through the Roval, I think. But man, it's just, you think that 24 is going to take that next step up. And it's just, again, we're in a little bit of a lull here.
Yep.
Which I know what's scary about them is I feel like they can just flip that switch. And if they find it, they're going to be really tough to beat. But I think right now they're kind of searching to figure out what that's going to be. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Looking at the playoffs, Ross Chastain, 13 points out. Bubba Wallace, 26 out. 29 out for Tyler Reddick. 48 out for Austin Cindric. I mean, I don't know about
our game. So we're going into the last race. Are we going to stay put, or are we going to have a change?
I think Chastain's the only one who's got a chance to get out of here on points, and I think everybody's pretty much already written the check for the 88 in this race. So I don't know that anybody's going to win their way out of this round. I will say that Tyler Reddick is a good road course racer. Austin Cindric is a good road course racer. Ross Chastain is a good road course racer. Bubba Wallace has a 2nd place finish at the Roval. So, I mean, anything can happen, but they're going to have to take that 88 out first. Somebody's going to have to put him in the wall to be able to get this one done, I think. So
I'm going to put this in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So going into the round of 12, Alex Bowman almost had me a perfect bracket, and he blew it. Going into the round of 8, all 8 drivers who are above the cut line are the guys I have.
Nice.
So I think I would like to see it stay put. But boy, Joey's pretty good here. Briscoe's a good road racer. Like, I don't
see. The thing is, though, is we have a hairpin turn we've only seen once, so that can bring some chaos. We obviously know the first turn can bring some chaos.
Yep.
Of course, we restart differently now. We restart through the dog leg on the front stretch, so that kind of limits the issues in turn 1. But yeah, I mean, all it takes, man, is one right hit to the rear wheel, and you've got a toe link broken, and you're losing 3-4 laps.
That's the problem that Chase Briscoe's got.
Yep.
And
yeah,
you want to say it's easy. Like, your goal is easy going into Sunday.
Right.
Really, all you have to do is be in front of that 22 all day.
Yeah.
Stay in front of the 22 all day. You don't have to worry about anything. But
maybe,
like
man,
you said, Eric,
21 points. That means if you don't get points in the first 2 stages,
you're vulnerable.
You could be be outside looking in before you get to the 3rd stage.
If Joey Logano gets 10 in the first stage and you get 0, he's ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's the fear that you've got to go in. Like, if I'm Briscoe and I'm that 19 team, get those points.
Well, and
you keep yourself ahead of the 22.
Bubba is going for points. Ross is going for points.
The problem with this race this year
is Bubba going for points?
I think he's going for the win.
You think so?
I think so.
What do you think? Do you think Bubba has a better chance of pointing his way in or winning his way in at the Roval?
he's so far back. He's gonna have to
26 points. We just said 21 points for Chase
win. I
Briscoe's
know,
risky.
but man, if it was 15, I'd feel a little bit better about it. But 26.
Problem with Bubba
that's
is
a
he's
lot.
got to pass a car and get his win his.
And we know going into the road course too, there's stage shenanigans that happen, and there's scheming that goes on to get towards the end of the race. So
right.
the problem with this race now is until proven otherwise, that 88 car is going to be the favorite, or AJ is going to be in that conversation too. But that 88's got to be the favorite. I know.
It's got to be.
I mean, he's won.
I'm done betting against him, James. So I'm saying he's going to win this race.
Right, and that's the thing that's the problem with Ross and Bubba. Like, what are you supposed to do? You got to get around the 88 somehow. I don't know how you're going to do it. Yeah, but maybe he shows up and he's not as good. It could happen, but until proven otherwise, he's going to be the one to beat.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
That was Chase Elliott's 21st victory in 353 NASCAR Cup Series races. Shane Van Gisbergen was your highest finishing rookie with his 10th place finish, and Kyle Larson is your points leader, 6 points over Denny Hamlin. The NASCAR Xfinity Series had the Kansas Lottery 300 on Saturday. Brandon Jones gets the win. Mr. Kansas. Brandon Jones gets the win.
Likes that place. Breathes that Kansas air.
Yep. And locks himself into the next round of the playoffs. First driver to do so. Justin Allgaier, kind of, I feel like that team gave this one away. James, I know you didn't watch the race. Did you see any of the highlights from this thing?
Not much, no. Unfortunately, we had some stuff going on.
So the last pit stop, Allgaier stayed out, and so did Sam Mayer. I knew the number. I couldn't think of his name. They both stayed out, so they had an extra set of tires if caution came out. The problem is that Justin Allgaier had been up front, and he's basically throwing a Hail Mary, betting on a caution that never came.
Yeah.
And like if you're Justin Allgaier in that situation, I think you're not the one going for the Hail Mary. You're the guy who's got to stand pat and hope that the other guys that go for the Hail Mary don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just so many instances of this team. They tend to beat themselves with strategy attempts. He ends up with a 13th place finish. He led 79 laps on the day. Obviously he's in good condition. He's 68 points to the good. They've got 2 races left to go though, and they've got the Roval this weekend. And things can happen. You have an opportunity to get a better finish than that and potentially win the race. And you throw it out the door on a whim. I don't know, man. Bad decision if you ask me.
Sounds like the 17 to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the story of his team, and
I don't know. Get to the championship race, maybe they can.
Right.
Maybe not.
I mean, it's not like they were trying to do the Hail Mary to beat Connor Zilisch because he didn't win. I mean, he finished second, but he didn't win.
Yeah.
So, again, beat themselves, but still in good shape for Justin Allgaier. I don't think they have too much to worry about at this point, but certainly things can happen in the next 2 races, especially this weekend at the Roval. 7th victory in 330 Xfinity Series races for Brandon Jones. Connor Zilisch in second was your highest finishing rookie. And he's your points leader, 37 points over Justin Allgaier. And that's after the reset in one race.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. How many? Yeah, he continued his top 5 streak too.
It wasn't looking good for a little while, but he's able to get back up there at the end. And I'm like, he's gonna freaking win this race.
Man, oh man, that's something else.
Yeah, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Can't wait to see him in the Cup Series next year.
It's a great run.
Yeah,
really great run.
Yep. Some news, James. Let's talk the stupid playoffs again. Apparently next year's point system now is in the hands of NASCAR. The committee has met. They've offered their opinions. They've offered their advice. Supposedly, according to Adam Stern, the 36 race system is still on the table. Sounds like there were a lot of people in favor of it in the last committee meeting. NASCAR says we won't hear anything before the final race at Phoenix. Let the series play out. I'm sure we'll see the series finish. We'll see the banquet, and then we'll get an announcement in a couple weeks.
They don't want to take away from the championship this year based on what the championship could be.
Yeah.
Even though when they put the championship out, they're gonna people are going to do the thing that they always do, that they're doing right now.
Well, okay, so here's my question. Are a ton of people going to be super disappointed, or are a ton of people going to be kind of disappointed? So
I think
the 36 race championship is not happening, right? I mean, I know what NASCAR is saying, and I know what people are saying. It's not happening
anymore.
It is not freaking happening, man. There is no way.
I'm not going to say that anymore. I think
that blows
I think it's viable.
up the entire system. I just don't see them taking that big of a step back.
I think they're going to reward winning really high, and they're going to possibly do 36 races.
I don't think so.
I don't
think so. I think we're going to get the hybrid that we already thought we were going to get. I think you're going to get a 4-race final round and potentially 6 cars, 6 drivers.
I think what's going to end up happening is NASCAR is going to put more feelers out on that, and they're going to find out that people are really not going to like that. They're going to pivot back. 36 races gotten a lot of steam, man. They're charging up the charts, Eric.
I just think there's so many. It opens such a big can of worms as to how the entire sport is structured right now that I don't see how you do it.
I don't know.
I just don't see how you do it. I don't see how you go that far back, especially if you just went back to a 10-race chase. I think you could get just as many people on board with a 10-race chase, which, by the way, I don't think this is going to happen at all. But I think you could get just as many people back on board with a 10-race chase as going back to the old system. Yeah. I think it's a good compromise. But I think, dude, I think winning you're in is staying. You can't do that under the old system. It's impossible.
Oh man.
You take so much of the stage racing away. I don't think stage racing is going anywhere. You take the importance of the stage racing away so much if you go back to the old system.
I think a complete overhaul is not only not out of the realm of possibility, I think it is very realistic right now.
I don't think
that's
so.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
I think it's because you've been listening to Jeff Gluck too much.
Well, and here's the thing about that. Jordan really ticked me off this week because I
haven't listened to him, so
holy cow, man. He is like, I don't know what he's sipping on when it comes to how people feel about these races in the playoffs, but man, is he way off base.
You know why he's feeling, and I'm just guessing as to what he's saying, again, because I haven't listened.
He's very pro playoff, by the way. So,
well, the thing is, James, is because there's more of us out there than you realize. That when you start putting it out there that you are, people start coming to you and saying, I'm that way too. That's the thing. I saw the same thing on Twitter. Yes, I was getting my head ripped off from the people who hate it because I was arguing with them. But there were plenty of people liking my posts and replying to my posts saying that they like the system that we currently have too. And my argument is, and I'll stand by this, you switch the point system back, you are not bringing in all those people again. No, they're not coming back.
I don't like that. I don't like that people think that that's a realistic thing.
Right.
Because people aren't coming back.
If that's not a realistic thing, then why are we doing it?
They're not watching because of the playoffs now. They don't. The playoffs are
BS. BS. No, the people are not.
Eric.
Okay, here's a question. Are people boycotting the races? Is that what you think is happening? Is people are boycotting the races?
I think they're becoming disinterested. I don't think it's a boycott. I think there's disinterest.
Why? Why does the playoffs have anything to do with that?
It's not. I don't think it's the playoffs.
So then changing the playoffs isn't going to matter. Well, the playoffs aren't the issue then.
No, but here's the counter argument to that. The playoffs aren't helping you. They're not helping you achieve what you want to achieve. Well, I know.
So, I mean, this makes no freaking sense.
The thing is, the playoffs.
Let me pull the Kenny Wallace clip. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
I don't have it ready. No, I'm not going to do that.
The thing that I think people are fixated on one specific thing too much, and
I agree with that 100%.
The playoffs are a piece of what's wrong right now. It is a point of contention. There's no doubt about it. Whether you're on one side or the other, it's a point of contention. The problem is. And I promise I'm not stealing this from Denny because I've believed it before he even said it this week.
I didn't hear what he said, so you could just take credit for it.
He says that NASCAR always takes as much money as possible. And
I did see that clip. He's not wrong.
He is completely right about that.
That is the problem with our TV contract we have. 100%.
When, and I've said this for years, Eric, but I'm changing my tune just a little bit. I want to adjust my opinion here.
Okay.
So for years, I've told you we need to get away from football and we need to stop, whether it's shortening the season or whatever, we need to get away from football. I actually don't think we need to get away from football to that extreme.
I think we need to give football a big hug and be the lead-in, or we need to be the lead-in. Or
that's exactly where I'm going.
Yep.
Start these races during the pre-games of football. Get these races in earlier in the fall and get them on. Damn it, get them on network television.
Yes.
You're killing us by putting us on USA because nobody's going to USA.
This is so stupid. The rating discussion is so stupid because it's
easy to figure out.
Everybody's trying so hard to analyze it. They're looking at all these little details, trying to figure out it's so stupid simple.
It's so simple.
Here's the thing. Cup Series ratings are going down. Xfinity Series ratings are going up. What's the difference?
And they're staying level with football.
Xfinity is on freaking network TV.
Yes. And you know what else?
And they never were before.
Here's the other damn
thing.
They
never were before, by the way.
So I think this plays a part of it too, Eric. I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I'm gonna bring it up because I think it makes sense. The CW on Saturday, when you're in a bar or when you're watching football, right? There's people who watch college football all the time,
right?
College football airs on CBS, on Fox, on NBC. It is all right there. And where do you find the CW on your dial? Because it's network TV. Right next to all those channels. They're all bunched up together.
Yeah.
Where we live, USA Network is way the hell out here.
Yep.
And all the sports channels on Sunday are right here.
I mean, to be fair, I have YouTube TV at least until tomorrow when NBC goes off of it. I have to cancel.
And I know everybody watches TV differently.
YouTube TV, I can move it wherever I want it to be.
And the ratings stay high for certain sports because they're on network TV, and it's not YouTube TV. It's regular cable.
That's why the NFL ratings are so good. It's on network TV.
On everything, and it's free.
Yeah.
And it's high ratings.
1,000%.
It's always going to be high ratings. NFL is going to be high ratings. The other piece of this I want to mention, and something you and I have talked about millions of times, Eric, we don't have superstars in the sport right now.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't. And there's drivers that I think can be superstars, but they're not polarizing superstars. And I think there's a little bit of a tie in here with the playoff system and these superstars, because, and please humor me. I'm really trying here.
I'm biting my tongue over here.
I want to Eric, Kyle Busch won a couple of championships in these NASCAR has dubbed Game 7 moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of those, like Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, how many of these championships do you go back and go, God, that was a classic? Can't really think of them off the top of my head. That was a classic championship. They're very hard to do, even when you manufacture the playoff format.
So give me a list of all the classic championships under the old format.
Because they're hard to do. They're special for a reason.
Give me the list. I remember
the two biggest ones that always come to mind is Alan Kulwicki's win in 92.
Right.
Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards in 2011.
Which was a manufactured one because it was under a different format.
Because it was the chase. Jimmy Johnson in 2016, also classic for a handful of reasons. He won the 7th title, and it was an insane finish. That's probably the best.
Dale Earnhardt won his 7th championship, and I don't remember that. I don't remember that season. It was.
I remember that season.
I don't remember the championship race. I don't remember any of that stuff because it wasn't.
He won it in Rockingham, and he won it because Ernie Irvin couldn't race anymore.
I'm gonna very much disagree with you.
That's okay, and I'm okay.
I'm gonna agree with you on the superstar aspect, but I stand by the reason that the end result could be the same. The end reasoning for this could be because of the playoffs. But the reason we don't have superstars anymore is because back in the day, there was a silver car on the track. And you saw that silver car in the grocery store. And you saw Sterling Marlin standing next to that silver car. And he was in a silver car every week. Yep. You had the black number 3, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt. It was every single week.
Yep, I agree with you.
Jeff Gordon with the Rainbow Warriors. All these drivers drove the same car with the same sponsor all year long. That sponsor put a ton of effort into
brand identity.
Publicizing those drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola put a bunch of money into it. Pepsi put a bunch of money into it. The Budweiser, what Budweiser did for our sport.
Yep.
That's what created these superstars. We don't have that anymore. Now, we probably don't have that anymore because it's more expensive, because there's less exposure, because the ratings are going down, and all that stuff is going down. We don't have the eyeballs we used to have, and maybe it's because of the playoffs. I don't think it is. I think the car is a bigger issue. I think like you said, the lack of superstar. I just think there's so many more things that are more important or a bigger deal than the playoffs. I think the playoffs is an easy scapegoat, and I think it's an easy argument to make, but I don't think it really moves the needle. I think it's an extra straw on the camel, but it's not the straw, and that seems to be where all of our focus is. And
I think why people get frustrated by the playoffs too, and this is maybe my frustration where I'm at right now. NASCAR has told us, we've built this thing to build excitement and do these things, and the playoffs are not giving us the elevated status anymore. They're not doing what we were told they were supposed to do. They're not helping us gain more traction and viewership. They're not helping us give legitimacy to our champions. You can just disagree with me, whatever, that's fine. That's an argument you keep seeing, and it's just not adding any value. In my opinion, it is not adding the value that it's worth.
I think it creates better races in the last 10 races, which indirectly does move the needle. You just don't realize it is.
I will not disagree with you, because I do get entertained by the product. I really do.
Because Bristol is still Bristol. The Bristol Fall race is a bigger deal. Darlington is still Darlington. The Darlington, and I know I'm realizing that I'm talking about, races that are, but Vegas, I think, is a bigger deal in the fall. I think Kansas is a bigger deal in the fall. These races that we come to a second time, the second race is a bigger deal.
Yep.
And I don't think you don't have that without the playoffs, because the race with 5 races to go is no different than the race 5 races into the season under the old system. Whereas now these last 10 races are more important. They are.
And I think another piece of that too, Eric, is if the playoffs were doing what we were told they were supposed to do, the casuals would still seek us out.
Well, the problem is you can't chase casuals. That was NASCAR's biggest problem, is they chase the casual.
Yes.
Because the casual goes away.
Well, and that's the thing. So now the casuals have dispersed for the rest of the year. The casuals are going to their comfy areas.
Well, most of them dispersed 10 years ago, but yes, the ones that are remaining.
For this season's purposes, right. And every time you see the ratings, you're like, oh, the casuals are gone.
Yeah.
What the problem is the casuals are gone. The core is in shambles right now. The core is like America, ripping ourselves apart.
Yeah.
We've got too much disagreement going on between the core base and NASCAR leadership. They're not getting along.
Well,
Freddie
Kraft said something good on DBC this week, and he asked a question, and I've asked this question many times, especially from the people that watch every week, but are just ripping on the sport every week on social media, is, do you want them to fail? Like, what do you just hate? Like, I understand pushing for change, but the freaking negativity.
It's bad.
It's not, here's the stuff we can do to make it better. It's this bad. Sucks. This sucks.
Yep.
That's what drives me crazy. And it's not just NASCAR, it's across the board.
And that's the discussion that I don't
You know what killed NASCAR? That. Social media killed NASCAR.
Well, everything's killed everything. Everything's worse now than it was.
Social media is garbage.
Well, and that's, Eric, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but like, am not engaging on Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
And it's because like I have the last couple of seasons, like it's left a sour taste in my mouth at times, and I know last year was pretty sour. This year seems to be tending just a little bit towards the sour side. Not as, I don't know. But here's the thing for me personally. I am going to make sure that I tune in and get my NASCAR racing in.
Mm-hmm.
Give me whatever format you got to give me. I am going to watch the race. I'm not going anywhere. You've got me. Whether our marriage is great and we're, in the honeymoon phase of our marriage, or we're battling through some dark days right now. Eric, I'm a Lions fan. I've been in a bad marriage for many, many years.
Yeah.
I've been in a bad marriage for many, many years.
I'm going to clip this part of the podcast and send to your wife.
That's fine.
I'm going to cut the Lions part out.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah, that's fine. But right now, like, listen, Daddy's still coming home at NASCAR, but I'm not happy right now. Whether we need to go to therapy or what, I'm loyal to you. I love you, NASCAR. I'm not going anywhere, but we've got issues.
I think it's really funny because I am an extremely negative person, but I am not negative about NASCAR. I still am extremely positive with where we are. I like what we have. I like the sport. Honestly, I like the fact that we have fewer people than we used to have. It's a hell of a lot nicer at the racetrack. I mean, I want NASCAR to be successful, and I want them, to not struggle, and for it to be worth all the money to be invested in the sport and all that. But I'm really happy with what it is. And listen, James, the last 8-9 years since we've been doing this podcast, I'm trying to think. I believe I've only missed one Cup race. And that was the Coca-Cola 600 last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's it. I have watched every other race. Now, social, DVR and all that stuff has helped me do that. But I've watched at least a good portion. I may have slept through some parts, but I've watched every race in the Cup Series. I've missed a couple of the lower series. But
I either watch or listen live every week. And most of the time, I'd say 90% of the season, it's on my TV live. I will make time. I make time for this to be, and
I will do the same thing no matter what the format is next year.
Yep. Now this time of year, it gets harder for me because Lions typically kick off at 1:00. So we have issues.
Me too, but I don't ever have to choose between football and NASCAR.
Well, when the Lions are finally,
there's no choice.
It's hard for me.
No.
But
how many times has NASCAR let you down versus the Lions? Lions have let you down a lot more.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying the ride regardless with the Lions right now. I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
to tie a bow on my analogy.
Oh, well, there you go.
But, Eric, here's the thing, man. To put a bow on my portion of it, I just want to see the sport succeed, and I want to see the fan base be happy. I don't think we can have both. I think the fan base is just going to be grumbly, and that's okay. There's a lot of whiny people out there, as we know on the internet. So,
right.
But let's keep working towards something better. That's all.
Hopefully, this is the last time we discuss the playoffs before.
Oh, we won't.
The end
we'll
of the
have
season.
to talk about it again.
I know Bianchi will leak something.
When Joey Logano wins his 4th chip, we'll have to have a whole thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, if Joey Logano wins championship again this year, I might have to get on board to switch in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
All right. Sad news. I don't know how much to talk about. I don't know a lot of the details, but
brief,
Tyler Reddick's son, rookie, hospitalized with heart issues. We saw a little bit of that discussed in the race this weekend. I saw it on social media before the race.
His wife had posted that he was having some issues, and heart defects run in my family, so it kind of hit me hard. I'm like, oh man, that's terrible news. Hopefully Rookie can get the care he needs and get back out there.
It puts all this into perspective, doesn't it? Like, who really cares about this stuff in the long run?
Yeah, Tyler said there was a chance he missed the race, and championships and playoffs on the line. Like, it's
family's more important.
Family is always more important. And but it sounds like I don't want to speculate. Sounds like Tyler was able to race and show up, and hopefully everything will swing back in the right direction here. So,
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was worth mentioning though, because it does, it has implications on what's going on. But Tyler Reddick's in the, like you said, Eric, there's bigger things going on out there than what he's got going on the racetrack.
Yep. Thoughts definitely with the Reddicks, and hopefully everything works out well for them.
Absolutely.
We found out where Rodney Childers is going next year, James, and I think it's a hell of a opportunity for him. I think it's perfect.
I think it's a great opportunity for the team he went to as well.
Well, I mean, they need all the help they can get over there.
Good synergy. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
In case you missed it, Rodney Childers is going to Junior Motorsports to crew chief the one car in 2026. That car will be split by Connor Zilisch and Carson Kvapil. We don't know what the split is exactly, but I thought that was kind of interesting that Carson's not going to have a full season. But yeah, business, I guess, it's how it works.
You get to keep Connor Zilisch around, and you team up with Rodney and go win races.
Rodney getting to go to a team where he can tinker a little bit more. There's a car he can actually do stuff with. I think the culture is going to be way better at JRM than it is in the Cup side, just because it's a different world in Cup now. Yep. This is perfect for Rodney, and a great pickup for Junior Motorsports, man.
I still think he's the best crew chief we got.
I agree.
There.
I agree.
And it's funny that he's going to be in the Xfinity series, but maybe this is a 1 year stopgap, and there's
I don't know, man. I don't think that his talents are going to be effective in the Cup series.
Let's see what he does with the young drivers, because he hasn't worked really.
That's
I
true.
mean, Justin Haley thing didn't work out
this
year, and he had a lot of success with Kevin Harvick and Mark Martin.
I mean, who knows? NASCAR supposedly got a team that wants to buy a charter, so maybe it's JRM.
Maybe it's JRM.
Be interesting.
Yeah,
let's throw those.
That was interesting.
Throw those rumors out there. Get those rumors rolling again.
Yep.
Speaking of crew chiefs, Randall Burnett headed to Trackhouse. He will be Connor Zilich's crew chief in the Cup Series in 2026. Of course, he is the crew chief right now at the 8 car for Kyle Busch at Richard Childress Racing. That's an interesting mix. I think Randall's a good crew chief as well. Going to be good for Connor Zilisch next year.
Yeah, and Jeff and Jordan talked about this a little bit on the teardown, and I hadn't thought about it, but Randall had a lot of success with Tyler Reddick. Younger version of Tyler Reddick. Could that be a nice little mix with Connor Zilisch? Maybe that's the type of driver he needs.
Yeah,
where he can mold a little bit versus what Kyle Busch brings to the table.
Yeah, could be. Just want stuff.
What do we do with Kyle Busch, man?
I don't know, man. I just want that to turn around. So frustrating.
When he signed that extension this year, it was so discouraging.
Yeah. But where does he go? There's nowhere to go.
I just wish somebody would. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe when they switch to Dodge over there at RCR.
Or he goes to 2311 maybe someday. I don't know. It's
man.
Just I hate this. I want KFB back.
I do too.
Not the beaten down dog that he's become. I don't like it.
I want the meme. I want the meme Kyle Busch back.
Eric, that car showed up the last 2 weeks. Trash.
Yeah.
He was trash at New Hampshire. And he was
much of the
trash at
season.
Kansas.
I mean,
I know, but extremely trash.
He's racing with Cody Ware.
They are complete. You said it.
They
are completely lost. I know.
I didn't say it. Tommy Baldwin said it.
It's true. There's nothing. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
That's where he is. That's what makes me sad. When I say beaten down dog, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's too worried about hawking whatever he's doing with Samantha online.
Yeah.
Whatever that men's health thing he's doing. I ain't getting into the details of it, but I was pretty discouraged. When I saw that, I was really discouraged. He's way off the bandwagon.
Not KFB anymore, man. I got to retire my hat.
It ain't KFB anymore. Maybe we need BFB to get into the Cup Series sooner rather than later.
There you go. Maybe.
Man, frustrating.
It's gonna be fun when Brexton's racing Keelan and all those guys in the Cup Series.
I know. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
You know how old we're gonna feel then?
Yeah. Oh, I feel old now. No doubt about it.
I mean, there's already second generation drivers in our sport that I'm like, man, I remember when Randy LaJoy was racing and winning races. Now it's Corey LaJoy.
I know. Yeah.
But that's gonna be a blow, man. That one's gonna be
tough.
tough.
The problem is I remember Randall LaJoy having to retire, and now Corey LaJoy is gonna end up having to retire. So that's 2 whole generations.
Yeah.
Right there.
Boy, I'll tell you. All right. Any other news that we missed as we were doing this?
No, I don't think so. I could give a scour to the to the X machine, but I don't think so.
All right.
Nothing new in the courtroom. We'll leave that alone. We talked
Right.
enough about that.
Yeah. How about checkered flags this week, James? Any checkered flags for you?
You know what? I did. I got one today, actually. I wasn't
Okay.
sure what one I was gonna do, but I went to the gym this afternoon on my lunch hour, and I was doing some stretching, and I look over and I see a ratty old NASCAR shirt. I couldn't quite make out who was on the NASCAR shirt, but some guy was wearing it, and I was like, oh, I know NASCAR shirts are like, what do they call them? They're vintage, right, or whatever.
Yep.
As a 1999 Tony Stewart art, like really cool black shirt, almost looked like Halloween. It was awesome.
Nice.
I gave him props. I said, sir, I love your shirt. That's all I said. I left it at that.
That's funny.
Yep.
Good stuff.
So smoke out in the wild. Good stuff.
I remember when I was younger, seeing anything NASCAR out in the wild was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Because you never saw it. Like NASCAR was so uncool. Like I'd buy NASCAR stuff at the track and I'd never wear it all year long. And then, late high school for me, early college, man, NASCAR blew up. It was freaking NASCAR stuff everywhere. Everybody was into it. These people were talking to me about NASCAR that I never would even imagine would ever watch a race. And now it's back to surprising when you see it in the wild again. That's crazy.
Do you remember that time I told you, this is the one that always shocked me, was when I saw a random Alex Bowman t-shirt?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that was not what I was expecting to see where I was at. I was like, wow, that's great.
When they used to have souvenir haulers, the entire front stretch at Michigan behind the
Oh my God. And they'd have multiple trailers for each driver. Oh my God.
It's crazy, man. It's amazing.
I look around in this room that I'm in right now and see all the crap that I have, and I wonder what the hell.
Yeah.
But
quick checkered flag for me. Saw today. I saw it from Matt Weaver first, and then I saw it from Jeff Gluck as well. Both of them potentially other NASCAR journalists featured in the NASCAR 25 video game. In the social media posts, pretty cool. Jeff, I expect Jeff, but Matt Weaver being in there is pretty neat. He was pretty excited about it on Facebook today. So, James, I don't know about you, man, but that game, everything I see just looks better and better.
I know.
I'm pumped, man.
Yep.
I'm going all in. I'm gonna get the season pass. I'm gonna get the early access.
I am itching to upgrade my console. It will happen. It's probably not going to happen right. I don't know. It's not going to happen right away, but I want to be ready for GTA 6 and NASCAR coming out now. I might be ready.
You're going to go Xbox again though, aren't you?
Oh, of course. Yes. I am a loyal customer to the end, Eric.
What has Microsoft done for you?
I could take Xbox. You know what? Touche. I won't even respond to that. Touche. What has Microsoft done for me?
Exactly. PlayStation,
just
man. All the way.
It's like Disney. What has Disney done for me?
Right.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
No ROI there.
How about black flags this week, James? Any black flags?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have one off the top of my noggin right now. So I'll let you go.
I had one, and then I couldn't remember what it was today. And then we were talking about stuff in the podcast, and it popped back into my memory, and I didn't write it down, so I don't remember what it was again. But we already discussed it at some point, so I don't know exactly what it was. But it might have been Justin Allgaier blowing the finish of his race. I don't know. It wasn't exciting though, so I'll just say I don't have one this week. We go to the Charlotte Roval this weekend, James. Are you excited about the Roval? I'm excited about the Roval.
I'm excited about what is gonna come from what we're being dealt with the playoffs right now.
Is it supposed to rain this weekend in Charlotte? That would really make it exciting.
That was an exciting one. When that happened.
Sunday, 30% chance of rain.
All right. So SVG's got it locked up then,
right?
Or AJ. I don't want to leave AJ out of this.
AJ's missing something on road courses right now.
Yeah, I know, but he's won here a handful of times, and I don't know.
So as you mentioned, 8th time, it's the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on USA. NASCAR Xfinity Series, also for the 8th time, the Blue Cross NC 250 Saturday at 5 p.m., James, and Charlotte, Roval does have lights. They showed them off on social media today. They made sure to tag Bob.
That would be cool.
So that'll be neat. And then the Craftsman Truck Series for the first time on the Roval, the EcoSave 250, Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Be interesting to see what ratings look like for that one.
Yep.
Does anyone even look at the ratings for the Truck Series?
I don't know. I'm curious to see how they do there.
Yeah.
Curious to see how they perform.
I'm excited about all 3 series on the Roval. James, you get the first pick. I could put it in here for you. Am I putting it in, or are you going to pick somebody else?
Is it fun to pick him, or is it more fun to see if I can go another
It's up
direction?
to you,
What
man.
do you think?
It's up to you. Let me say this: I'm not picking him if you don't.
You know what?
It's
Let's
too-
leave
it's
it
too
open.
easy.
You know what? He's in a different division. Let's pick the second division. How's that sound?
Well, that works.
All right.
I'm going to be pissed if you pick mine. You won't, but I'm going to be pissed if you do.
You know what? Let me take Chris Buescher.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to reach a little bit here.
I'm going to reach further.
I'm going to reach for just a little bit for fun. I was going to take AJ. I don't like what I'm seeing from Byron. I don't like what I'm seeing from a couple of those guys out there. But you go ahead. What do you got?
AJ's a bad pick. AJ's a terrible pick. Now he's going to win. So
He might.
No, I'm gonna go much further off than you. But it isn't, but it is. It would be a miracle, but it also would be not terribly surprising. And I'm gonna pick Bubba Wallace as my pick.
I knew it. I had a feeling you were gonna go there.
I'm going Bubba.
He has scored quite a few points. Let me see. Over the entirety of the Roval. Hold on.
It would be such a great story if he won this race.
He is 13th all time in points scored at the Roval.
Yeah.
And that includes Kyle Busch in front of him, Martin Truex Jr. is in front of him. So take those guys out. He's right near the top 10.
Yeah.
So
it's his best road course. So
why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not?
So man, it'd be fun. I'd love to see the SVG story continue, but I would love a surprise winner in this thing, especially to lock somebody in the playoffs.
It would be fun.
And to boot Joey out would be so good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, watch Joey win.
So good.
It's going to be agitating.
Did you get Fantasy to load while we were recording?
I was able to get it on my phone, so bear with me.
Okay.
This was a monster week. I would say the top 5, and there was a tie for 5th. There was a 3-way tie two-way tie for 5th. Sorry. But yeah, fifth on up went 239 or higher. So a lot of points being scored. Hendrick Flair gets the win. Green Eggs and Hamlin was second. You know what? Black flag, Green Eggs and Hamlin. There it is. Okay. I got it. I told him, don't spoil the race for me. He started to text me.
Oh.
And I said, don't spoil it, please. And he immediately follows that with, there was a car sideways. That's all I'm going to say. I was furious.
That's really irritating, isn't it?
I was irritated. So Green Eggs and Hamlin.
Remember that when you don't ever do it to me.
I'll get him back. I'll get him back. And I told him, I said, this is unforgivable.
I love that people are like, they think they're not spoiling the race by not telling you who won. But they say, well, wait till you see the big wreck. It's like, that just ruined it. Now I'm waiting for the big wreck.
Furious because I couldn't watch the race live. And I was sitting there and I get this message. And all I said was, please don't spoil it. And what did he do? He just had to give me a nugget. And it really made me mad. So Green Eggs and Hamlin gets my black flag.
Well,
I just remembered that.
I sympathize with that. I will give him a black flag as well.
I was
just
so
for
mad
you.
at him. He knows I'm mad at him. He'll hear this too. And he'll text me and I'll still be, I haven't forgiven him.
Oh, that's how I tanked. I had Hocevar in my
lineup.
Hocevar
got caught up. Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell did I end up with only 170?
Well, I thought I was having a great day. And it all went to hell.
Well, there was a point during the race where I had almost everybody in my lineup except
I had
for
Bubba.
I had everybody but Tyler Reddick running up front, but Denny was leading, and I looked at the thing and I was 8th, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, never look at it live, man. It's a curse.
I know.
It's bad. Tandem Draftona was 3rd. Smoking Grill Racing beat me again, so I go to the overall standings. I told you, I mean it. If he comes back and beats me after missing 2 weeks, we're done. I am still the points leader.
Man.
I'm still the points leader, 58.91. Smoking Grill is second, 58.15. So it looks like we got a 2-horse race for the championship. Green Eggs and Hamlin right there in 3rd, but he's He's
a
little
ways
over.
out.
Yeah, he's a ways out. So yeah, if I mean it, and Smoking Grill, we'll have to get you on the pod probably. So you're gonna have to contact us somehow. But I mean it. If he wins, we're done.
I'm cheering for him.
I can't finish second again, and especially when somebody took a break.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm in the fight of my life again. I don't understand why this has to be this way every single year.
Because fantasy sucks. That's why.
I finished second.
Did I tell you my kid's got me? He's making me do a fantasy hockey now.
You told me this.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Yes, I know. It's just irritating.
It is.
And this damn league, I finish second every year. And if I finish second again, especially under these circumstances, I am seriously going to be, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I mean it too. So
well,
there.
if Smoke and Grow wants to reach out to you, James, how can he get you on social media?
Find me on X or Instagram, James Cush.
You can find me at eyoungdbm on Facebook, X, Instagram, wherever. Our podcast is on Facebook at facebook.com/thesuperspeedway. Web address is thesuperspeedway.com. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and pretty much everywhere else. Wherever you found us this week, please subscribe for new episodes each and every week. Before we head out, I do want to thank James for joining me on the podcast this week. He's got some stuff going on as well, so very much appreciate you joining us, James. And
it was a good break.
Yeah,
I'm glad to do it, man.
Shout out to you guys and thoughts with your family for sure. So
appreciate that. Thank you.
With that, we head to Charlotte Roval this weekend, NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Craftsman Truck Series, all in action. We'll be back next week to break it all down. Until then, everybody, let's go racing.